Is it on? Where's the oh yeah, that's it. Right, sorry. It's Hazy. Hi. I just started this video and it went on to portrait, so I'm trying to get it onto trying to put that down as well a bit. Onto landscape, because I like landscape, do not like portrait. I'm trying to stretch that wire out a bit as well. And oh, empty. The other video started really well. Right, so I've got these brushes and I'm going to put some white gesso on here. I did this the other day and I thought it's a bit too much for a journal page. What I could do, this is the original, and this is so if you hear any bangs or anything, I don't know if you can. My son's playing a game. Right, okay, so I'm just going to white out these bits with some white gesso, and this is I have printed it off actually, so don't worry about the if you think I have printed scanned and printed this. Can we see where? Yeah, I think so. I can see movement. I can't see exactly. And if you do a little bit of my daughter told me about this, because what she did at school, she said at school she you know, to white it out a bit, but apparently she said the teacher got hold of it, said that's not done enough, and made it complete, and you couldn't even see what she'd done underneath. But you can actually with this. That's not too bad. So if you're able to scan it, although you can use it straight on there, because if you did use these in as pages, you can actually write very well on this gesso. So that's another thing I thought of. I've also got some, I don't know where that's from. I've got some pink on there somehow. I don't know why that happened. Let's think. I can't see. Anyway, I was thinking about the dog. I've just took him out, put some clothes outside, and then the son says, "Oh, you've brought the dog in? I could have taken him outside." And I said, "Okay," because he's going to sit out there a minute, and probably before he does his university work, and he likes to have a break outside when it's nice weather. And that reminds me, this morning I looked at the temperature on my phone. It was 1 degree, but now it's really nice. It's funny how it gets really cold at night time or during the darker hours, but during the day it's really warm. It's not obviously going to be that warm. I think it's probably going to get up to, it was 12 yesterday, and that felt fairly warm, 12 degrees centigrade. So that was quite nice. So I'm just painting out all these little bits. I think that looks nice. Like I said, you could also I sometimes put tissue paper, but I think that this is going to work really well. So I'm doing all the bits. Sometimes when I haven't got anything to say, I start to sing and do all silly noises. So I don't know. But I remember, oh yeah, that reminds me, many years ago when I was in my, I'll be mid-20s, we did a ad lib play, and I was the fairy on the top of the Christmas tree. So we had to do a whole ad lib play. What we did was we hired a bus. This was an arts project I got involved in, and we hired a bus. And my husband was a monster, and I think he had a wife who was a man dressed up as a woman, and my two older children were dressed up as little baby monsters, so they was in it as well. But they didn't have I don't think they had a speaking part. Probably just when they got on the bus, that people were, you know, reacting to them and things, and we had the audience were sort of on the bus as well, so obviously and so we had the dog's coming upstairs. He's got bells on, haven't you? And hello baby, yes. And So that was really interesting. Where have I put the other one? Is it up? No, it's not up there, is it? Don't know where I've put the other one. Oh, I think it's on top of the printer. 1 minute. Sorry about nudging the camera as usual. Is this it? Yeah. So I can do the other original as well if I want. So leave that to dry. It won't be long drying because it's quite easy to dry. That is quite quick drying. I'm using this gesso straight out the top. Gayle acrylic mediums white gesso primer. So you usually prime your, but I thought I'd just do a bit of on here as well, just a little bit on some of the darker things. Got to do this quite light. So I was talking about my play. So I was a fairy on top of the Christmas tree, and I was going on my holidays. So I caught this bus, and we went to this planet. I think it's a planet Zob or something. Went to this planet, and the planet was actually a warehouse. So we ended up at the warehouse. Got all the passengers out, including, you know, all the audience and the members of the cast, like the monsters and that. And I had my guitar with me. I had my guitar with me, funny. And so we sort of like tell everybody we've got to, I don't know if we've got to save the planet Zob somehow. Maybe having to save somebody or something. And so I had to play my guitar and get all the audience to join in. I can't remember what I played. Something, probably, it would be something simple because I can't play very well. And we had 2 men buried under some sort of, I don't think it was soil, it was something else. It was some sort of thing they were buried under, and the audience didn't know, so they had to be buried under there while the bus was on its way, I suppose. I don't think it'd be fair to bury them for too long. Anyway, I think they rose up and it made the audience, you know, gasp. And, you know, it was quite good. It's really good. Really enjoyed that. And I'm going to try and white out a few. And it was really a success, massive success. Absolutely loved it. It wasn't it's just an arts project, not a professional play, but the actors we were working with were a professional theatre group, and they were really good. So that was great. And so we had to do, it was like all ad lib, so we didn't have any like script. Thinking I haven't got a script. That's what I was thinking. That the whole point is I haven't got a script now, and I don't plan anything. So I just, but when I do have things to say, I don't make them silly noises. I was thinking that I was putting the clothes out. Don't have some silly noises when I'm doing the play. Oops. Right. So I'm just going over the. So when these are dry, I'm going to photocopy them. And that will be the, oh, I don't know what that was. Oh, can you hear the dog? He's playing. Are you playing? What are you playing with? Where's your pig? Find your pig. Where's your pig? You got your pig? He's cute, you know. He takes his, he gets his pig sometimes and takes it outside when he goes for a wee. It's hilarious. Sometimes you say to him, you know, you have to say to him, don't forget your pig. If he's put it down, but sometimes he doesn't. Just carries it in his mouth the whole time. It's really cute. He's got one of those pigs. He's got several pigs. He's got one that squeaks that doesn't like that much, but I think it's because it's a bit loud, and another one that it's a big one, and that makes a oinky sound. And he's got one that is completely wrecked. That's quite a small pig, but he still likes. And it's got no stuffing in it because it's plastic, but they stuff it with some sort of cottony wool type thing. And yeah, so, and it's, and he absolutely loves it. Yeah, so it is, you know, absolutely wonderful. Yes, right, you babe. Oh yeah, we're teaching him to not bark at other dogs or humans when he's out. So he doesn't bark at everyone. He used to bark at kids until he properly met my granddaughter. He was barking at her. Then when she sort of, I don't know why he does it. I think it's because he's curious and he wants to play, and he wonders why they're not playing. But when since he's met her, he's not barked at kids anymore. That particular one, I don't know if she's got a magic power, but I've got more than that grandchild. So that one's named after her great grandma, who's Finnish. So her name's Kaya. Beautiful name. Got a J in it, so that's what makes the Y sound, the yes sound. And great grandma was Kaya. That's quite a modern name because there's several different spellings of. I haven't even got my earphone in. I've got this on the side and I just realised I didn't put it back, did I? Several different spellings of Kaya, and it's not going to go. So there's me speaking to you, and I didn't realise since I've moved it along, I haven't moved this thing back. So how do we do? Oh, it's not too bad, I suppose. Sorry about swinging the camera around, but I'm trying to get it to stay. Yeah, so it's there is a picture. I've got another one of my other videos. We have got the dog in there. I mean, I can't swing the camera around because, you know, it's like constantly moving, and I can't keep it in the same position. Right, anyway, that one was amazing. I think it's got lots of different places there. I think that one's turned out the best. This is the one I did last night originally, and on the video I showed you that I did last time was this. And it's good. This has got more stenciling on it. I'm thinking you could use these as pages. I mean, you could, if you can just put them straight in because they're perfectly got gesso on there. Gesso is a primer. You can just use it quite lightly there. So I don't know why I've got a bit of pink there. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, for this brush, you can get rid of the little cat hairs or whatever it was on there, and you can just wipe it clean. And it's not well, you can't actually this time, but might have need a bit of washing there, but I think that will peel off. And it's not it's not a stiff brush. For I think in the video I did start, but it was on portrait. I did show you my collection. There we go. And I got the idea of Gayle Agostinelli. But every time I mention Gayle on my video, hopefully that'll be okay. I'm hoping you can see that okay, because that was a bit strange there. But anyway, if you find that you can't, you've painted over it too much, you can come back in and do a little bit of actually that's got no ink on it. You can come back in and do a little bit more inking on it, like that, for example, just to, and or a bit of more stencil on it, because it will obviously, as you can see, easily stencil. So if you think you've whited something out too much, or come along again and do it anyway. That didn't work. And so now then, young man, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and show you the dog. Wait a minute.